The fake heiress, Chloe, won the bid for the most prestigious plot of land in the feng shui world, and my parents were so excited they popped the champagne overnight to celebrate. Me, the real heiress. I was despised by everyone because I told them straight up. That land has way too much bad energy. It's going to ruin the family's luck. My parents called me a liar, and my biological brother, Brad, tried to disown me on the spot. After being kicked out of the house, I immediately spent my own money to buy a reject plot of land that had failed at auction. Everyone was waiting to laugh at me, but soon they couldn't laugh anymore. The city's new metro line was announced to pass right through my land, making its value skyrocket instantly. Meanwhile, on the first day of construction at Chloe's site, there was a bloody accident. Then Dad went to jail, and Brad broke his leg. It became known as a cursed site. Mom came crying to my door, begging me to save Dad and Brad. I did a quick reading and gave her the truth. Unless you kick Chloe out of the family, the Sue family is doomed. You'll never recover. When the Sue family first found me, I was being chased by a group of thugs. You won so much of our money, and you think you can run? I wanted to cry but had no tears left. Guys, you just have bad luck. How is that my blame? I couldn't believe my luck was this bad. I finally managed to sneak away from those old geezers to have some fun, and I ran into this mess. So what if I won the shirts off their backs at the casino? Sore losers. I turned a corner and slammed right into a handsome guy with a sour face. Riley Lynn. My mind raced. How does he know my name? Is he one of the old geezer's men? Did they find me this fast? Just as I was starting to feel defeated, the guy looked at me with disgust. Even though you're the Sue family's biological daughter, don't get any ideas you shouldn't have. I looked up, totally blank. When I finally figured out what was going on, it turned out I was lost by the nanny at birth. I was the Sue family's long-lost biological daughter, while at home they had a fake daughter they'd raised for years. And this sour-faced guy in front of me was my brother. My eyes lit up. Oh man, switched at birth? Interesting. Let those old geezers panic for a while, I'm going to play this out. I was taken back to the Sue mansion. The first thing I saw was a crying girl, a glamorous woman comforting her, and a serious-looking middle-aged man sizing me up. These must be my bio parents and the fake heiress, Chloe. Unlike my excitement, Chloe's eyes were red. She let out a tragic whimper. Big sister. Then she turned her head, speaking stubbornly to the man and woman. Mom, Dad, thank you for raising me all these years. Since Big Sister is back, I should leave. My cheap brother, Brad, rushed in front of her and glared at me. No, you can't go. I only recognize you as my sister. Chloe leaned into Brad's arms, shooting me a smug look. Oh wow. A total pick-me girl. I wished I had a lawn chair and some popcorn to watch the show. But Mrs. Sue had already excitedly grabbed my hand. Riley, my daughter. Let Mom look at you. You've suffered so much all these years. She couldn't stop wiping her tears. Just then, a choked sob came from the side. Mom. Mrs. Sue looked over to see Chloe's tear-streaked face and instantly felt heartbroken. Silly Chloe, no one is taking Mom away from you. Then she looked at me, clearly conflicted. Riley, you weren't raised by our side after all. Your father and I decided that to the public. We'll still say Chloe is our daughter. You can stay as our adopted daughter for now, but we definitely won't mistreat you. I nodded indifferently. I'm fine with that. Brad scoffed. At least you know your place. You know you can't compare to Chloe. Brad, watch your mouth. Mrs. Sue scolded him lightly. She looked at me with a bright smile. Riley, you must be tired. Go to the second floor and pick a room you like. I went upstairs as told and did a lap, frowning. I couldn't pick one. Brad sneered again. You've probably never seen rooms this nice in your life. Too many choices. Mrs. Sue gave him a reproachful look, but didn't contradict him. I nodded, thinking to myself, I really haven't seen rooms this small. They aren't even as big as the bathroom I usually use. Big sister, do you want my room? It's okay, if you like it, take it. I'm willing to give it to you, Chloe said, her voice trembling. Brad immediately glared at me. Riley Lynn, why are you stealing Chloe's room? Mrs. Sue chimed in too. Yes, Chloe is used to her room. Riley, be a good girl and pick another one. Any other one is fine. I pointed casually at the biggest room and spoke with righteous confidence. Then I want that one. Brad froze for a second, then exploded. That's my room. I looked confused. Didn't you guys say any room was fine? Sister, don't throw a tantrum and pick brother's room on purpose. I'll give you mine, okay? Chloe's eyes shimmered with unshed tears. Mr. and Mrs. Sue's faces darkened. I raised an eyebrow. First of all, to be honest, all these rooms suck. I pointed at Chloe's room. That one has the worst feng shui. The door faces another door, the headboard has no support. I critiqued every room, finally pointing to the one I chose. Only this one is barely acceptable. Everyone looked at me with mockery. Brad actually laughed out loud. Showing off your amateur tricks in front of experts? Let me tell you, Chloe is the final disciple of the famous feng shui master Luna. I looked at Chloe shocked. When did I take a final disciple? How come I don't know about this? Master Luna has been in Europe this whole time. How did you become her apprentice? I asked. Brad answered for Chloe. It was Master Henry who recognized my sister's talent and accepted her on behalf of Master Luna. Master Henry? It dawned on me. That old geezer. He's always in the States, so that actually makes sense. But accepting an apprentice on my behalf without telling me? I'm definitely going to shake him down for this later. However, I looked Chloe up and down. Narrow forehead, sharp nose with no flesh, thin drooping lips. This face isn't blessed with luck. What did Henry see in her? Her acting skills? Maybe my stare was too intense, because Chloe took a step back, looking scared. I was just lucky to get Master Henry's appreciation. I'm sorry, sister. I know everything I have now was stolen from you. If you're unhappy, I'm willing to give it all back. Even the title of Master Luna's disciple. Seeing her like this, Brad felt a pang of heartache. Chloe, you're still so kind. Master Henry saw your talent. What does this loser have? Does she deserve to be a disciple? Master Luna wouldn't even look at her. My eyes went wide. What do you mean, do I deserve it? And what is this Master Luna stuff? I'm only 16. In this world, feng shui and metaphysics are huge. I was found by my master when I was little. He saw my talent and brought me back to the sect, giving me the title Master Luna. I started at 5, mastered the arts by 10, and became the most famous feng shui master in Europe. Rank in the sect is based on power, so even though I'm young, I'm the grandmaster to everyone else. I wanted to tell them who I was right then and there. Actually, I am master. Mr. Su cut me off. Fine, you stay in this guest room. He pointed to a random room. As a child of the Su family, you only get choices if you contribute and have ability. Brad sneered. Wandering around outside for over 10 years, who knows what bad habits you picked up? As long as I'm here, don't even think about stealing anything from Chloe. Chloe was happy but kept up her act. Brother, sister didn't mean to steal from me. She just hasn't seen nice things before. I looked at my biological brother and saw his forehead was dark. I couldn't help but warn him. You've got villains around you recently. Be careful of people stirring the pot, or you might face a bloody disaster. Brad was furious. What do you mean? Are you cursing me? He raised his hand to hit me. I lightly grabbed his wrist, and he couldn't move an inch. No matter how he struggled, he couldn't break free. Joke's on him. As the Grandmaster, my martial arts skills are top tier too. Stop it. Mr. Su shouted. You just got home and you're already turning the house upside down. If you cause any more trouble, get out. I'll pretend I never had this daughter. It was my first time seeing a father who twisted the truth like this. The smile vanished from my face. Just as I grabbed my luggage to leave, Chloe spoke up softly. Sister, don't throw a fit. You're going to make us late for the auction. Auction? Chloe's eyes darted around as she smiled. Sister probably hasn't heard of a land auction. It's where we. From Chloe, I learned that Los Angeles was holding a major auction today, including land. Rumor had it there was a once-in-a-lifetime feng shui treasure plot. If you secured it, it would bless the family for at least 3 generations. My interest was instantly piqued. This treasure land, Master Luna needs to see this. I followed the Su family to the auction. At the event, they schmoozed with other guests and left me in the corner. The other elite families had heard about the Su family drama. They looked at me with a mix of pity and disdain. Bang! The auctioneer finished the intro and started on the first lot. The next item is a plot in Cypress Ridge, lot number 13756. The area is. The screen showed the full view of the land. My eyes widened. Holy crap! The first plot has incredible feng shui. Backed by mountains, facing water, storing wind and gathering energy. The airflow around it is gentle, the wind direction stable. Most importantly, the land is completely intact, not chopped up by modern machinery. Such a complete energy field. The wealth potential is immeasurable. I haven't seen land with this kind of massive luck in all my years in Europe. I was scratching my head in excitement, my face flushed. Next to me, Brad scoffed. What a hillbilly. Getting this excited over a piece of wasteland. I turned to him in disbelief. This is wasteland. Has the luck in the US gotten so good that this is considered trash? The bidding started. Cypress Ridge opened at $15 million. For the massive size of the land, that price was dirt cheap. But the room was silent. No one bid. I shouted anxiously. I bid $15 million. The room erupted in laughter. The heir of the Chu family, sitting nearby, jeered at Brad. Your sister has great taste, ha 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 ha. Originally, the Su family was watching the show, waiting to see who would buy the trash land. Now the joke was on them. The Su family bids $15 million. Going once. Going twice. Brad glared at me viciously and shouted. She doesn't represent the Su family. We aren't bidding. I was frantic. Listen to me. Buying this land is guaranteed profit. But my parents looked at me with disappointment, and Chloe added fuel to the fire. Sister, land isn't better just because it's bigger. Mr. Su formally rejected the bid. Seeing they couldn't watch a train wreck, everyone looked away in disappointment. In the end, no one bid, and Cypress Ridge was passed over. I was conflicted. Is this really wasteland to Americans? Otherwise, why was everyone indifferent? But the subsequent plots got worse and worse. Yet people bid fiercely. I was getting confused. Until the auctioneer announced lot 14359, Dragon's Hollow. The atmosphere went wild. All the families were gearing up, eyes filled with determination. I looked at it strangely. Dragon's Hollow was in a low-lying depression, heavy with dark-in energy, surrounded by high-voltage lines creating a circle of bad vibes. It looked like a total disaster site. The price had already reached $100 million, and people weren't stopping. Just as I was about to warn the Su family not to bid, I heard Chloe's crisp voice. $150 million. The Su family wants this land. Where did this kid come from? Talk is cheap. Do you think you can just take it? An angry voice came from another VIP box. Chloe spoke calmly. I am Chloe Su, disciple of Master Luna. Sir, out of respect for my master, could you let this go? Master Luna? One sentence caused a massive stir. People started whispering. So this is the girl from the Su family who apprenticed under Master Luna. So young, with a limitless future. The tone from the opposing box changed instantly. You're actually Master Luna's disciple. After a long silence, he spoke again. Fine. This land isn't meant for me. The auctioneer jumped in. The Su family bids $150 million. Going once. Going twice. Any other bids? Although the crowd was envious, no one spoke up. A young man brought by his elders asked, Who is this Master Luna? His elder whispered, A very powerful feng shui master. You know that hostile nation overseas? Because they disrespected Master Luna, she broke their national luck. Soon after, the country collapsed into war. By the way, rumor has it Master Luna personally selected Dragon's Hollow. The young man's eyes changed instantly, looking at Chloe with awe and fear. The Su family beamed with pride. $150 million, going 3 times. Sold. Congratulations to the Su family. The gavel dropped. Regardless of what anyone thought, they had to applaud. Mr. Su was so happy he announced on the spot. Tonight, the Su family will host a banquet. We invite everyone here to attend. However, an untimely voice rang out. I pointed at Dragon's Hollow on the screen and demanded, "Who said Master Luna picked this land?" I was furious. This piece of trash? This is ruining my brand. Sister, what are you doing? Chloe grabbed me in a panic. I didn't budge, slowly looking around the room. I'll ask again. Who said Master Luna chose Dragon's Hollow? Master Luna has never even been to Los Angeles for business. How could she pick this land? Having been in a position of power for so long, my aura was terrifying. The crowd went silent. I said it. Chloe's voice was filled with tragic indignation. My teacher is in Europe, but we video chat often. Naturally, I discussed the auction with her. She personally told me Dragon's Hollow is a feng shui treasure, priceless in value. I was hit hard by the teacher title again. I looked at Chloe sincerely and asked the ultimate question. Have you ever considered that the person on the video might be a scammer? Chloe didn't believe it at all. Instead, she looked at me with pity. Sister, I know you just came home and you're afraid of being ignored, so you do outrageous things for attention. You can bully me and slander me at home all you want, but out here, even if you don't care about me, you have to consider Mom and Dad's reputation. By now, the crowd believed her and looked at me with contempt. Miss Chloe personally admitted it. Master Luna chose this land. Why is she still arguing? I feel bad for Miss Chloe. This woman is crazy in public. Imagine how she bullies her at home. If you ask me, Chloe seems like the real heiress. If I had a biological daughter like that, I'd die of shame. Better to leave her to rot on the streets. Mr. and Mrs. Sue's faces turned ugly at these comments. Brad immediately stepped forward. Everyone settled down. The Sue family has never claimed to have 2 daughters. He looked tenderly at Chloe. From beginning to end, the Sue family only has 1 daughter, and that is Chloe. Brad finished and looked at me coldly. As for this person, she has nothing to do with the Sue family. Chloe couldn't hide the smile in her eyes. She shot me a provocative look, then pretended to be scared. Brother, how can you say that? Sister is clearly the... We never acknowledged her. If you don't believe me, ask Mom and Dad. I looked over at Mr. and Mrs. Sue. Mr. Sue nodded. Mrs. Sue seemed like she wanted to say something, but seeing Mr. Sue's warning glare, she looked down and avoided my eyes. So this is family. Good thing I never expected anything from them. Seeing me standing there silently, the crowd mocked me. Yo, still think you're the young miss? Get out. The Sue family doesn't want you. Look at that poverty vibe. Go back to your slum. Trash belongs in the dump. Security. Since she's not a Sue, she's not qualified to be here. Throw her out. Several fierce-looking men approached to drag me out. I crossed my arms and looked at the auction manager nearby. Do you have to be a Sue to attend the auction? Before the manager could answer, Chloe jumped in. Sister, stop making a scene. The auction has to continue. You can't waste everyone's time. You go out first. Apologize to Mom and Dad after the auction ends, and they'll forgive you. The crowd started praising Chloe. Miss Chloe is so generous, willing to forgive an ungrateful wolf like her. Truly Master Luna's disciple. Just like her master, a saint we should admire. You ungrateful brat, get on your knees and kowtow to Miss Chloe. Then get the hell out. I ignored them and just looked at the manager. What are the conditions to attend? The manager replied, Guest, you need to have personal assets of 15 million to attend. I silently started digging through my wallet. Others laughed. Pfft, still pretending? If you can pull that out, I'll do a handstand and eat SHD. I dug around. Indeed, a card with just 15 million is hard to find. Most of my cards have over 1 billion. Found one. I pulled out a black card and handed it to the manager. The manager looked at the markings on the black card. His careless expression instantly became serious. He rushed to verify it and came back beaming a moment later. Misu. I interrupted him. My name is Lin. That's my master's surname. Oh, Miss Lin. Please write this way. The room exploded. The guy who threatened to eat crap cursed loudly. Holy SHD, she actually has it. Didn't they say she was a stray? Where did she get that much money? 15 million. Although 15 million wasn't much to the family's present, casually pulling out that much cash as an individual was impressive, especially since I was only 16. Everyone naturally assumed I had a sugar daddy. I sat in a private booth, far away from the Sue clan. At that moment, Mr. Sue was glaring darkly at Brad. What happened? Didn't you say she was an orphan? Brad explained frantically. When we found her, she was wearing rags and running from thugs. Ridiculous. How does an orphan pull out 15 million? You idiot. You didn't even check her background properly, acting on impulse because of a woman. Mr. Sue glanced at the silent Chloe and scoffed. Chloe bit her lip until it was white. She wasn't resigned. Why did this happen? Brad saw his sister's pale face and rushed to defend her. Dad, it's my fault. It has nothing to do with my sister. Mr. Sue ignored their feelings and ordered, I don't care how you do it, win your biological sister back. And find out who adopted her all these years. A family that can casually give a child 15 million is not to be underestimated. The Lin family, which Lin family in the US? Brad said yes, but his eyes were full of hatred. Mr. Sue saw it and frowned. Don't try anything stupid. If you mess this up, you can hand over your position as general manager. I was oblivious to the chaos over at the Sue family. I was focused on studying the other lands. Sure enough, apart from Cypress Ridge, there were no other plots with massive luck. When the auction ended, I was about to find the manager to ask about buying Cypress Ridge when Brad blocked me. He spoke reluctantly. About the Master Luna thing earlier. As long as you apologize to Chloe, the Sue family will take you back. I ignored him and walked past. Brad flew into a rage. He wanted to yell, but remembered his father's orders and swallowed his anger. Fine, don't apologize. I was just angry earlier. You and Chloe are both Sue daughters. You are my sister. I didn't miss the malice in his eyes. It was kind of funny. I am the Sue daughter. She's the fake one squatting in the nest, right? I pointed at Chloe, who looked ready to faint. Brad couldn't take it anymore. Why are you so toxic? Do you have to force Chloe out? She's a fragile girl, how will she survive out there? The crowd slowed down, ears perked for gossip. I'm a minor too. I didn't see you worried about me surviving out there. I rolled my eyes. Double standards much? Weren't you adopted by rich people? What suffering? Brad blurted it out. He regretted it immediately, worried he'd angered me. If I really had a massive family behind me, he'd be in trouble. Just then, Chloe spoke up with understanding. Brother misunderstood. Sister probably didn't have it that good. In the auction, sister clearly had money but didn't buy anything. Maybe the family that adopted her doesn't let her spend freely. Brad had an epiphany. Right. So what if Riley Lynn was adopted by rich people? She's not their blood. She's probably just a tool for benefits. Thinking of this, he became arrogant again. Only the Sue family will truly care about you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Take the olive branch while you can, otherwise, the Sue family doesn't need you. I looked at him like he was crazy. Psycho. I turned to the manager. That passed in lot, Cypress Ridge. I want it for 15 million. Swipe the card. The crowd gasped. She actually wanted to buy that wasteland? OMG, spending 15 million just like that? What kind of family is that? Does she not need parental approval? Although the manager really wanted to offload Cypress Ridge, he kindly warned me. Miss Lynn, you might not know. Although Cypress Ridge is huge, it's remote and mostly rugged terrain. It can't be developed or farmed. It really isn't a good choice. I said lightly, it's fine. I like it. I'm buying it for fun. Buying it for fun. I'm going to fight these rich people. That's so wasteful. 15 million for a waste plot. Give it to me instead. The crowd looked at me with heartache. Seeing my insistence, the manager went to swipe the card. Preposterous. Mr. Sue shouted. I forbid you from buying this land. The manager held the card, unsure whether to swipe or not. Swipe it. I ordered without hesitation. It's my card. It has nothing to do with the Sue family. Seeing I gave him no face, Mr. Sue leaned back in anger. Ungrateful daughter. Do you have to oppose me? In Mr. Su's view, I was buying this wasteland just to slap them in the face. I looked at him helplessly and explained one last time. I really like this land. The energy is majestic, surrounded by blessings. It's a rare treasure. Brad spoke up disapprovingly. Can it be better than Dragon's Hollow, chosen by Master Luna herself? I nodded seriously. It actually is. Then I looked around and dropped a bombshell. Also, Dragon's Hollow isn't just not a treasure land, it's a major disaster site. The day construction starts, there will be blood. Injuries at best, death at worst. Mr. Su literally spat blood from anger. Ungrateful, ungrateful child. Shame on this family. Mrs. Su pushed me away. Tears in her eyes. Is this how you curse your own father? I don't have this daughter. Get out. By this time, the manager had swiped the card and handed me the deeds to Cypress Ridge. I sighed internally. They are my biological parents. Even if they don't listen to reason, they don't deserve to die. I gave one last warning. Even if you don't believe me, hire a few more feng shui masters to take a look. Enough. Mr. Su's face was purple. I'll give you one more chance. Apologize now and return the deed. Otherwise, we are cutting ties. They are really banging on hell's door. I shook my head and walked out of the auction house, ignoring the screaming behind me. Soon, the events at the auction spread through the upper class like a whirlwind. Many people tried to secretly find out who my backer was. But more people were just there for the drama. The switched at birth gossip never gets old. However, no one took my evaluation of Dragon's Hollow seriously. Until the day construction started at Dragon's Hollow. With the city media broadcasting live, Brad acted like he was possessed by a bad luck ghost and inexplicably fell into a huge pit, breaking his leg. Some people started to get cold feet, but Mr. Su insisted on continuing. Unexpectedly, while laying the foundation, a worker died on the spot. Mr. Su was thrown in jail, and the Su family stock plummeted. Meanwhile, the government announced a new metro line without warning, passing right through Cypress Ridge. Simultaneously, the top high school and the central hospital announced new branches opening around Cypress Ridge. In an instant, the value of Cypress Ridge became immeasurable. That day, I sent away another batch of guests offering $200 million for my land deeds. Mrs. Su came to my door crying, "Riley, please help your father and brother." The Dragon's Hollow incident had dragged the Su family status to rock bottom, making them a laughingstock. Can you ask that family behind you to help the Su family? I looked at her helplessly. I told you there is no family behind me. Just a bunch of unskilled old geezers. Chloe, who had tagged along, cut in. Sister, please don't blame mom and dad anymore. We are a family. Just help them this once. Mrs. Su was successfully triggered by Chloe, thinking I was lying because I didn't want to help. Her eyes were full of resentment. I glanced at Chloe. Total pick-me. Fine. Mrs. Su's face lit up. She looked at me expectantly. I looked serious. To tell you the truth, I know a little feng shui myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought Cypress Ridge against everyone's advice. Mrs. Su looked like she realized something and nodded repeatedly. I did a calculation. We don't need anyone's help. The crisis can be solved, and the luck can return. Mrs. Su asked anxiously, how? I looked at Chloe and suddenly smiled. Just kick Chloe out of the house. Emerese. Sufrous. I continued. Otherwise the Su family is doomed. You will never recover in this lifetime. Mom, don't listen to her nonsense. Chloe screamed, losing her composure. But Mrs. Su, who usually doted on her, looked hesitant. Mom, I'm Master Luna's disciple. How can you kick me out? I spoke sarcastically from the side. How many times have I said it? How do you know she's not a scammer? Aren't there enough fraud cases? Did the police teach you nothing? Mrs. Su showed doubt for the first time. Yes, Chloe, is this Master Luna real? How could she pick that land? Are you sure you weren't scammed? Chloe glared at me viciously, dropping her innocent act. Impossible. The first time Master Luna video called me, she told me Master Henry praised me endlessly and recommended me. If she were fake, how would she know about me and Master Henry? Mom, if you don't believe me, Master Henry is giving a lecture at UCLA this afternoon. Come with me, and we'll find him. Maybe Master Henry has a way to help the Sue family. No need for sister to worry about it. Emerese. Sunadid repeatedly. I got interested too. Old man Henry, haven't seen him since he came to the States. I'll go with you. Although Chloe strongly objected, Mrs. Sue affectionately dragged me along. I don't know if she wanted to repair our mother-daughter bond, or had other motives. UCLA was packed with people. In the multimedia lecture hall, we were squeezed into the very back row. I stood on my tiptoes and could only see Master Henry's balding forehead. I didn't expect an old guy like Henry to be this popular. If these people knew I was here, would I get buried by the crowd? I muttered to myself. Chloe rolled her eyes. What are you daydreaming about? Think you're Master Luna? She completely stopped pretending now. I didn't argue. We waited until the 2-hour lecture ended. Chloe hurriedly dragged us forward through the crowd. Uncle Henry! Uncle Henry! Chloe finally squeezed to the front and frantically called out to Henry, who was about to leave. Do you remember me? Master Henry stopped and looked blankly at the girl. You are. I am Chloe Sue. A year ago, you praised my talent at a lecture and recommended me to your senior sister. Chloe got more excited as she spoke. Thanks to you, Master Luna accepted me as a disciple. I never got to thank you. Henry frowned. My senior sister never takes disciples. Little girl, are you mistaken? Chloe froze. That's impossible. I just talked to her on the phone 2 days ago. Hearing the familiar her, I choked on a sunflower seed I was cracking. Henry's attention was drawn to the noise. His eyes went wide. Boss, why are you here? Boss. Master Luna. Chloe's eyes lit up, and she started looking around frantically, but got more confused. Master Henry strode towards me and started complaining. Boss, you made us look everywhere for you. Everyone was worried sick after you ran off. Look at you. Okay. I covered my ears. Nag all day. Can't I come out and play by myself? By now, Chloe and Mrs. Sue were stunned stupid. It took them a long time to process. Chloe pointed at me. You are Master Luna. I nodded. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. You're lying. How can Master Luna be so small? My teacher is clearly. I looked at her with sympathy. I told you. Telecom fraud is rampant these days. The crowd erupted. Luna? That's Master Henry's senior sister? The feng shui master more precious than a national treasure. The one treated as a VIP by world leaders. She's actually here and she's so young. OMG Mom, am I dreaming? I actually saw Master Luna. Ah, she's so cute. I thought Master Luna would be a respected old lady, but she's so tiny. Is she even legal? I want to hug her. Insolence. How can you treat the master like that? Let me do it. Sure enough, as I predicted, I was almost suffocated by the crowd. Run. After finally escaping the crazy mob, I let out a sigh of relief. Mrs. Sue, who had been following closely, slowly walked up. Riley. No, Master Luna. Her voice was full of excitement. Is it true what you said earlier? As long as we kick Chloe out, the Sue family will be saved. Chloe froze. I glanced at her, then back at Mrs. Sue. Naturally, it's true. But you need to discuss this with the others. After the old geezers found me, it was chaotic for a bit. Henry asked when I was going back to Europe. I proposed going back to the Sue house first. The old men, knowing my background now, followed me out of curiosity. Before we even reached the gate, we saw Chloe kneeling on the ground, with the rest of the Sue family looking down at her. Mr. Sue, fresh out of jail, shouted sternly, "If not for you, you ungrateful brat," impersonating Master Luna's disciple. How would the Sue family end up like this? Jinx. Get out. The Sue family doesn't welcome you. The usually gentle Mrs. Sue stood coldly to the side. Brad, in a wheelchair, looked reluctant. But after meeting Mr. Sue's cold glare, he lowered his head and didn't dare say a word. Heh. Chloe, seeing begging was useless, let her tear-stained face turn cold. She let out a scoff. In your eyes, I'm just a useless tool to be thrown away. True, I was just a fake. Too bad you kicked out the real one too. So now that you know her identity, do you regret it? Mr. Su flew into a rage, slapping Chloe hard twice. It was all because we were deceived by you. If not for you, how would we have misunderstood her? Chloe just laughed manically. Mr. Su started kicking and punching her in hatred. Stop. Master Henry frowned and stepped forward, helping Chloe up. The other masters and I walked out too. Seeing a group of normally untouchable feng shui masters standing there, the Su family was so excited they could barely stand. Mr. Su gave me an extremely affectionate smile. Riley, I really never expected. My daughter is the world-famous Master Luna. You child, why didn't you say so earlier? Mr. Su's eyes were full of longing, imagining his future peak life as Master Luna's father. Unfortunately, I shattered that image without mercy. Sorry, Mr. Su. You cut ties with me not long ago. Mr. Su panicked. How can blood ties be cut just like that? Oh, I get it. Mr. Su looked like he understood. Are you still bothered by Chloe? She's just an insignificant adopted daughter. Don't worry, I'm kicking her out right now. Mr. Su went to shove Chloe, but she shook him off. Mr. Su looked shocked. Chloe looked at him coldly. I'll leave myself. I'm waiting for the day you regret this. I patted Chloe on the shoulder. She looked at me in confusion. This is much more real. Wasn't it tiring wearing a mask every day? Pick me, girl. Chloe choked, glared at me, then deflated and slowly walked away. What awaited her might be hardship, but mostly it was a fresh start. I didn't hate her. In a family like this, she had to do that to survive. I glanced at the fawning Su family, then turned to Henry. Let's go. We've been out so long, the master probably misses me. Seeing I was leaving, Mr. Su wanted to block me but didn't dare. Finally, he couldn't help but ask. Daughter, no, Master Luna. Look, I've kicked Chloe out. Can you guarantee the Su family will rise again? I gave him a meaningful look. Naturally. Ignoring the ecstatic Su family, we walked into the distance. What I didn't say was that Dragon's Hollow was indeed a cursed site, but it could only affect luck temporarily. With their previous foundation, the Su family could have walked out of the valley soon. However, the good and evil of the human heart affect luck for a lifetime. From the moment the Su family chose to kick Chloe out and make her the scapegoat, their decline was destined. Years later, there was a madman on the streets of Los Angeles, telling everyone he was the father of Feng Shui Master Luna, begging them to help him rise again. His son was in jail for financial crimes, his wife died of illness, and he had gone insane over the last 2 years, mumbling constantly. Until one day, he was found strangled by a towel tied to a faucet. While investigating the cause of death, someone mentioned seeing a rough-looking, weather-beaten woman pass by him and say one sentence. Do you regret it?